quiet town of Essex, near London, a group of ambitious traders awaited their moment to strike. Their target was not a bank vault, but rather the heart of the oil market. This is the astonishing tale of 9 men who orchestrated a daring maneuver, reaping a jaw-dropping multi-million-dollar windfall in a mere 2 hours. Prepare to be captivated by their audacity and the remarkable twist of fate that unfolded.
A group of traders from Essex, just outside London, who rode the crash to a $660 million profit.
On April 20th, oil markets did something they never had before, and they crashed, went into negative territory and closed the day at -$40. Meanwhile, in a place called Essex Boys in Essex, a group of 9 traders, led by a guy called Cuddles, made $660 million over the course of a couple of hours.
The price of oil has collapsed to a record low.
We've never really seen anything like it.
WTI this morning down more than 35%.
People maybe wouldn't have been so surprised if the oil price had fallen to zero, but the oil price went to -38. It went far lower than anyone had expected.
The Essex Boys were a group of young traders led by Paul Commins, also known as Cuddles, thriving in the trading pits under their closure in 2005. While many of his colleagues transitioned to larger banks and funds, Paul recognised an opportunity to chart his own path. Thus, he founded Vega Capital London in Essex, England, embarking on an independent trading journey. With a keen eye for talent, Paul assembled a group of young traders, all in their 20s, who shared his hunger for success. Although inexperienced in the pits, they possessed raw potential that Paul recognised, reminiscent of the famous turtle traders. Together, they embarked on a remarkable trading venture specialising in the oil market. The success achieved by the Essex Boys was not limited to their financial gains. They revelled in the fruits of their labour, embracing lavish lifestyles filled with luxury cars, extravagant vacations, and indulgences. Beyond the office walls, their bond extended, forming a tight-knit social circle. They attended events together, bonded over rounds of golf, and even shared a passionate membership in the West Ham United FC fan club. However, what nobody anticipated was the profound impact this group of traders, operating from the outskirts of the financial hub, would have on the industry. On the 20th of April, 2020, their daring trading strategies unleashed chaos in the market. As the world grappled with the devastating effects of the pandemic in early 2020, Britain, like the rest of the globe, found itself in the grip of a complete lockdown. Financial markets were in a state of turmoil, with oil prices plummeting from over $70 to a mere $20 per barrel. The closure of borders, suspension of international travel, and disruption in the delivery of goods created an atmosphere of uncertainty and chaos. Amidst this chaos, Paul Commins, Cuddles, sensed an extraordinary opportunity. Sitting on his sofa, he contemplated the possibility of oil prices dropping even further, potentially diving into negative territory. The thought triggered a surge of determination within him. Rising from his seat, he made his way to his home office, switched on his computer, and eagerly analysed the latest open interest figures for the WTI male oil futures contract, set to expire in just 2 days. As Cuddles scrutinised the data, he discovered a significant number of contract holders who would be compelled to sell. Due to the lockdowns and dwindling demand, they were unable to accept delivery of the crude oil associated with their contracts. Holding on to these contracts could prove incredibly costly for them, as suitable storage facilities for excess oil were scarce. Furthermore, it seemed that many of these holders were merely speculators who had no intention of taking physical delivery. Regardless of their motives, they would all have to offload their positions before the contract's expiry. However, finding buyers willing to acquire these positions seemed improbable in the current market climate. Recognizing immense potential for profit, Cuddles wasted no time. He grabbed his phone and rallied his team, instructing them to gather at the office that evening at 11 p.m. just before the market would open. On the 20th of April, the day before the settlement date of oil futures contract, a group of 9 traders from Vega Capital London embarked on a seemingly ordinary trading day. Their plan was straightforward: sell oil futures contracts throughout the day and buy them back by the day's end. Little did they know that this day would turn out to be anything but normal. At that time, the world was gripped by the COVID-19 pandemic, with lockdowns being implemented worldwide. The market sentiment was overwhelmingly pessimistic, and it was widely known that oil prices were unlikely to rise. However, no one could have predicted just how drastically prices would plummet. Lockdowns meant that the demand for oil would drastically decline, painting a bearish outlook for the commodity. Traders at Vega Capital had already positioned themselves with short positions in oil futures, eagerly awaiting a price drop. However, as the day progressed, an unexpected event occurred. A sudden influx of sellers flooded the market, triggering a frenzy of selling activity. The traders at Vega Capital saw this as an even better opportunity and seized every chance to sell more contracts. It was reminiscent of the chaotic trading day witnessed in March 2020 when the stock market and other financial markets crashed. But this time, things were about to get even more intense. Oil, which is regarded as the lifeblood of human civilization, hit an unprecedented low point, plummeting to -$40 at one stage. The concept of being paid to buy oil seemed surreal. This extreme event had never occurred before, and the entire market environment was engulfed in chaos. News headlines flashed everywhere, breaking the news that oil had crashed and was now cheaper than water. While this chaos rattled most traders, investors, and market participants, the traders at Vega Capital found themselves in an unexpected position. By selling oil futures at $40, they now had the opportunity to buy them back at -$40, resulting in a straight profit of $100 on each contract sold throughout the day. Their astounding success translated into a staggering profit of $660 million. It was an astonishing payday that surpassed even their own expectations. What made this situation even more intriguing was the fact that, for a significant amount of time, nobody knew exactly what had transpired. In a market dominated by big players, a group of seemingly insignificant traders had made a fortune, flying under the radar until a journalist received a tip about their unprecedented success. Liam Vaughan, the journalist, uncovered the information that a small fund based just outside of London had achieved something monumental on that fateful day. These traders were inadvertently responsible for a Chinese firm's staggering $1 billion loss. The revelation left everyone shocked. Big funds, financial institutions, and oil giants like Shell and BP had all incurred losses, while these seemingly ordinary traders had managed to amass enough wealth to sustain multiple generations. The importance of specializing in one sector is a key lesson from these oil traders. Rather than trading in multiple markets, focusing on becoming an expert in a specific area is advised. Capturing opportunities across various markets is impractical and limits the ability to see significant opportunities. These traders capitalized on the fear during a market decline, anticipating further oil price drops. Their exceptional courage and conviction, showcased by being the top sellers of WTI crude oil on the 20th of April, played a crucial role in their extraordinary $660 million gains in just 2 hours. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching and be sure to subscribe for more content like this. I'll see you next time.